Good evening. Good evening, Nerdvengers. Hello there. I hope you're doing well. I don't know why I have this effect on. It's just so damn cool. Alright, let's get into this. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Look, we're about to do some She-Hulking. Okay? We're going to do some She-Hulking. Now, I actually have to take the chat box off of the stream, unfortunately. So I know everybody loves watching this. The chat come in, I love it as well. But we're just trying something a little bit different. And I've got a new kind of effect thing over here that should make it easier to kind of see what we're reacting to. This little thing to the side of me here. It should stop like DOS copyright stuff and issues like that. So I'll have that up on the stream. But what is up? How are all of you? We can talk about expectations and hype levels for She-Hulk. We have about a half hour before the episode starts. We'll watch the episode together, and then we'll break it down together as well. We'll comment about it and just see where we're all out. You know, it's kind of exciting, man. I like... oh, man. Little Baby's good. I love this time, like, before a show. You know... I have really, especially with this one in particular, I don't know what to expect. Things seem mostly positive online, but there's also, like, you know, some kind of controversy following the show. Certain people are commenting about it, saying like, oh, well, it's, you know, too much about this, not enough about that, etc., etc. So yeah, man, this is kind of like the night before Christmas, you know, you get to open it up and see what the gift really is like. Lucas Dexvenger says, member for 26 months. What up, my fellow nerds? Finally get to join a watch party. Missed y'all. Yeah, man, I missed you guys too. I miss watch parties. Watch parties are super fun. So it's fun to have them back. We're kind of in watch party mode for a long, long time now. Because I think She-Hulk will run for 9 weeks. Andor will begin before She-Hulk is over, unless I'm mistaken. And Andor runs until like frickin' November, dude. So we're kind of in it. When it comes to watch parties for a while. Let's see here. Darth Baba says, congratulations to you and Elisa. Many more blessings ahead. Much love, bro. We back with watch parties. Yes, we are. And yeah, just a little update, man. Things are good. You know, a lot of y'all said, oh, well, you know, you won't sleep at all now or whatever with the baby. And it's true. But I think the thing is, like, have you ever, like, maybe when you played sports back in the day, or if you were waiting for like the release of a really new video game or some shit, if you've ever had that experience where you kind of can't sleep, like you want to sleep, but you kind of can't sleep because like you're so excited or whatever. Like I kind of think it's like that because yeah, I'm not sleeping a ton. She's not sleeping a ton, but we're like good. Like we're up for the challenge of feeding him and making sure that he's okay and everything. So it's been very positive. It's been a very positive experience. Kiwi says super hyped for She-Hulk and where it leads. Sending love to all the Nerdvengers and the Baby Vengers. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Kevin says, glad to have these watch parties back. I really look forward to these. Yeah, they're a good time. Absolutely. Rusty says, hey, bro, I just came to say congrats on the little man. May the force be with you and your family. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I do want to say, of course, that tonight's watch party, you can see it over in the corner there, is powered by Paradox Customs. Paradox Customs PC, man, they built me this absolute beast of a machine so that I can do all my Nerdvenge, my gaming, my research, pulling up 1,000,001 tabs, quantifying how power scaling would work with certain Marvel characters. Like, we do a lot of crazy stuff in the tower. So, Paradox Customs PC, man, check them out if you take your Nerdvenging seriously. And use code NERDVENGERS at checkout. Wait, hang on. Use code NERDVENGERS at checkout. Get a little money off. And they'll know we sent you. And to be real, many of you guys are doing that. I see them every time a sale comes in. I see it in the email and shit. And I think it's so cool, man. Like, I know they were packing stuff up and shipping out a bunch of PCs recently. I saw on Twitter. So probably some of your guys' PCs are on the way. And that's good shit. Lucas Tex Venja Says Josh, can I get the P.O. box so that I can Amazon it, y'all? Some nerdy baby clothes. Congrats on the new Nerd Avenger. Hey, thanks, man. He's actually in. Well, actually, I don't know what he's in. No, I think he's still in his Iron Man thing. We had him in the little Iron Man onesie, and it's old school Iron Man 2, like OG. Like if you've been reading the most recent Iron Man run, he goes back to that OG armor in it. But yeah, like that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool. The P.O. box. It's P.O. box 1390. Erie, PA 16512, I believe. Pretty sure that's what it is. Dooley says, first time with you live since Liam's arrival. Congrats to you and Elisa. He is the chosen one. Nerd Adventures for Life. Hulk smash that like. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a wild couple of days, but it's been really fulfilling. It's been really cool. I'm happy to be nerd venging again as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Bradley says, Bazooka Bubblegum Blinker Baby. Whoa, what? Sounds like an incredible flavor. Congrats on Baby Venger. You'll be such an awesome nerdy dad. Girlfriend is asleep next to me, but scared to wake her. Oh, yeah, I know that game. I'm hoping that baby and mama are asleep right now. You know, it's kind of been a more difficult night tonight just because he's a little fussy, real hungry. Julian says, we back, we Hulk, and we blink, and we nerd venging in these streets. May the force be with the whole family and chat. Don't forget to smash that like button. I appreciate it, man. Jay Slide, one nerd vengers grow up and move on. One nerd venger born. Congrats, Papa Josh. Thank you, Jay Slide. Hope you're doing well too, brother. So let me ask the chat. Let me ask you guys where you're at with this, because I'm like really curious about She-Hulk. I want to see it for myself. I want to kind of make up my own mind, but I'm super curious as to like what you guys think about the show. Like, where would you put your hype level for She-Hulk episode 1 out of 10? Throw it into the chat. Where would you put it? Where would you put that hype? Nice. Okay. There's some high numbers. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, there's some high numbers for sure. Some middle of the road numbers, but definitely some high numbers. I'd probably have to say, like, for me, for an episode 1, I'm probably at like a 7.5. Give me 1 second. I gotta. Hello? Okay, we're back on. Cool. I'd probably have to say like a 7.5 for me personally. From what we're hearing, the first episode, maybe not the best out of the first 4. I also think it's crazy, on a side note here, I think it's crazy that like press got the first 4 episodes, and so many people are talking about the first 4 episodes, but like we don't get to see the first 4 episodes. Like, what the fuck? That ain't right. You know? Like everybody's like, oh no, the 4 episodes on set, but like we're, that's like saying, oh man, I had this 4-course meal. Incredible. At every turn. Would you like an appetizer? Shut your mouth. I don't know. Not down. But it's okay. We'll obviously make do. We'll be fine. Oh, Foggy. But no, we'll be fine. But you know what else too? Like, dude, I don't know. People are weird, bro. Like, you know, there's all this like chatter about the show and all this stuff. And let me ask you guys about the review bombing thing, okay? I want to know about this. Hang on. The Big Fish HD1. Welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Welcome. And Jack says, congrats on the baby. Not super excited about She-Hulk at all, since Hulk kind of meh. I like Edward Norton's Hulk more. What they said about DD scares me. Yeah, okay, so we can talk a little bit about that. But here's my question, okay? I saw a couple of people on Twitter that I consider to be pretty reasonable that were saying that the stories about the review bombing was all bullshit or whatever. So let me ask you this. Is it just reviews, or was this like to measure if you're excited about the show or not? Like, what's the deal, man? Like, I'm trying to make sense of this. Because if it was just people filling out reviews, and it's supposed to be for reviews, then there's no fucking way that those are accurate reviews, because, like, nobody's seen it. It's not out yet. So by definition, I mean, maybe not review bomb, but it's bullshit. It's just a bunch of people that haven't seen the show. It was reviews. So as I was thinking about it, I was like, well, the only thing that could make it make sense is if it was actually to just gauge your excitement level for the show. Okay. And if they were trying to measure like your excitement level for the show and a bunch of people were dropping ones, then that just means, I mean, even that's maybe not necessarily a wide net or whatever, but that would at least make sense. I'd be like, okay, yeah, so a lot of people are butthurt about the show. They think it's going to be, too feminist or, things of that nature. But I'm like sitting there trying to like make sense of this, where I see people on Twitter being like, here's that narrative again. And I'm like, yeah, but the show's not out. So this is review bombing. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, unless I'm missing something. Am I missing something, chat? Fernie says, I matched with She-Hulk on Tinder, and all she did was advertise her show. Oh, man. The fuck? Really? Well, what kind of moves did you throw on her, Fernie? Like, what'd you try? What was your opening line? What was your opening line? She could sit on me, says Jacked. Right on, bro. Right on. How many times have I changed diapers? I've assisted many diaper changes. I have not taken a full-on diaper change myself. But yeah, I've been there. How much poop have I cleaned off of my hands? That's a different story. His favorite, dude. I don't want to make this like a baby stream. You know what I mean? Like I do want to talk about She-Hulk at some point, but he did have this thing when we were in the hospital still, where like we went to clean his diaper and we had a fresh diaper on and he just pooped all over that one too. And he just like kept pooping every time we tried to stop. Every time we like tried to like stop and be like, okay, are you good? Just like more. Just like, here we go. Kind of wild. The Big Fish HD says, hi, and currently reading the Hickman run. It's fire. Dude, hell yeah it is. Hell yeah it is. That shit's fire. And welcome to the Nerd Adventures again. IMR says, did you see how some leak/people said the first episode was meh, but the fourth or fifth episode, it picks up? Thoughts? Okay, yes. Let's talk about that next. Two more things I want to talk about. We got like 17 minutes before the show comes out. Yeah, so it does seem like maybe this first episode's not the best. Second episode's decent, and then like third and fourth episode, it really hits its stride. What do I think of that exactly? Well, it does make me feel like I want to go a little easier on this first episode, right? I'm also that it did. You know what it did? Really, honestly, it made me just really curious. Where I was like, what are these people talking about? And maybe we'll get it. Like maybe we'll sit down and watch it, and we'll be like, yeah, like not the best. Kind of cool, but like not the best. Maybe it'll totally make sense after we watch it. Maybe we'll be like, man, people are crazy. What are you talking about? That shit was dope. And maybe it just gets more fire from there. I also think that when people sit down and watch these episodes, if they binge them, they likely have a completely different experience than the one we're going to have watching it week to week, which again is like, why do they, anyway. So that's kind of my thoughts on it, and then like, there's this like narrative, right? Of like, oh, it's a, feminist show. Like I think Grace said she thinks it's more concerned with talking about feminism than superheroes. That's so wild to me. If that would actually be true, I would probably dock the show points, mostly because the advertising doesn't feel like that at all. The advertising for the show is like it's a superhero buffet, and it's just like super MCU. And if it flips and becomes like kind of like, that scene where Miss Marvel like beat up the biker dude and all that? If it's like a show of all scenes like that, yeah, that's gonna suck, dude. Because that's not, that's not what I'm here for, right? So we'll just see. Like with these kind of things, it's tough because like people just get into their narrative and they dig in and they have confirmation bias, so they just see it the way they want to see it. For me, like I'm just gonna try to come into it objectively. I do expect some feminism and some female empowerment. I mean, it is literally called She-Hulk, and She-Hulk in some ways, big feminist icon. So I think you'd be daft like, I don't know, like maybe what people are expecting per se, but I expect that to be on the table, and I'm okay with that. But I also think my ideal version of the show would be something that touches on that does that aspect justice, but is also fucking awesome. So I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on that. Susan says, Susan from the lobby says, Chet told somebody, sent a super chat asking where the carne asada corn queso burritos were coming to the tower. I ordered the first shipment today. Nice, Susan. But I hope you're not looking for a raise. But good job. D-Lo says, I heart you, Josh. I had to put my dog of 15 years down the other day. The news about Liam has brought me some joy. Congrats and Godspeed. That's tough, dude. I saw that Lord Callis, had to put down his dog, too, that he had for many years. That's a tough one, man. Sometimes I, look at my dogs, and I'm just like, oh, man, I love these little fuckers. But it's going to be so sad to say goodbye, because they usually don't, they have a shelf life that is much shorter than ours. So, yeah, man, that is tough. I've put a family dog down before. Very tough. So I feel you. My heart goes out to you. But yeah, there's a lot of joy. New life, man. New life, baby. Venger. Frank T says, congrats on the family. Always wondered if you collect Marvel comics, Josh. I do, and I'm hoping to sell first appearance of She-Hulk. That's sick. I have a couple of books, but nothing crazy, man. Nothing crazy. I was one of those dirty digital collectors early on. I like digital comics. Don't tell anybody. So I usually buy the digital stuff, but then I'll get trade paperbacks. Arthur! Arthur says, Mother Truckers! First time back in the tower as a Diamond member. When's the next Diamond stream? I think either this Friday or next Friday. I gotta double check. When is the next Diamond? Congrats on that baby. Honored that his name, he has your name as his middle name. Appreciate everything you do, Papa. Nerd Adventures for life. Yeah. Arthur is the name of Elisa's mom's father, who has passed in the last couple of years. And it was so that's what we named him, Liam Arthur. Do you think Daredevil will make mention of events from the Netflix show? That's a great question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're gonna approach that. Maybe he'll reference it, but it'll be very vague, and so it won't draw a straight line to it. And I also think that I don't expect Daredevil for much later in the show. I think Daredevil's gonna be in the show probably episodes 4, 5, and 6. I mean, maybe that's why everybody loves episode 4 so much, because it's Daredevil or whatever. Yeah, that's a good point about the pronunciations. Do I think World War Hulk will happen? I certainly hope so. I think that there's conflicting reports about this. If the show ends with Hulk and Scar leaving the planet, if that's one of the last things that happens in the show, then I'll be like, damn, that could really be real. Because there's some reports. I think Casey Walsh is one of the ones kind of, really sort of pushing that. I think some people have said that World War Hulk was a plan a while ago, but it's not necessarily still on the table. So that's what I heard. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Since Daredevil is blind and Echo is deaf, how do they communicate in the Echo show? They have this crazy language that they make up, consisting of punches to the face and kicks to the head, and yeah, it's really crazy. They just communicate with their fists. So there was this whole issue one time where Echo and Daredevil were just beating the shit out of each other, and then you realize, oh no, they're just talking. And I was like, damn. It's wild. Ross says, let's go She-Hulk. Give it a chance. I.e. formulate opinions only after viewing. Much love to you and Elisa, bringing the youngling into this realm. Enough nuts for life. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Steve Strawmeyer. Diaper money. Congrats, Josh. Thank you so much. That's a very generous 20 spot, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It's out. That's how I communicate with my girlfriend. Who are you, Andrew Tate? That's how Andrew Tate can communicates with his girlfriends too. All right, let's do this thing, man. Boom. How do I get this to go? Okay, cool. I think we got it working. So I'm just gonna get this pulled up and let's see. Let's see. How does that look, guys? And I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the dealy dally to make sure we don't get like copy struck or whatever. But I think this will actually be a pretty successful way to do this. Okay. Whoa, it is out. It is out. Okay, okay. So if you have it up, pull it up and let me know. Do you have She-Hulk? Is it up for you? Lord Vito says Echo and Daredevil communicate with food. LOL, spicy food is bad and sweet food is good. I mean, I like my spicy food, I'm gonna be honest. I like the spicy food. Be careful, Josh. I will be so careful. I will be the most careful. 38 minutes is pretty good. There's probably a good bit of credits. I believe there's a post-credit scene as well. So, wasn't on my homepage. Okay, so how about this? If you don't have the episode, put no into the chat. Because it is possible that it's not out for everybody. It's not out for every part of the country. Andrew Tate is superior Iron Man 2022. He would be probably a pretty good villain. Yeah, see, there's a ton of people that don't have it, so we will wait a couple of minutes. Yeah, we'll wait a couple of minutes. Andrew Tate, Black Adam. I mean, honestly, yo, low-key, he'd probably be better than the fucking Rock. I mean, the Rock literally just plays the Rock in every movie. Including this one about an Egyptian superhero that he lobbied to not have in Shazam. Don't get me started. We're trying to have a good time here. Who brought up The Rock? Who brought up Black Adam? Yo, do you guys think I go too hard on The Rock? Put a 1 into the chat if you think I go too hard on The Rock. Does everybody still love Rock? Is it still about drive and about power? Come on, just let me know, man. I'm just trying to be cool. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be cool. Frank T says, Josh, do you think Red Hulk will appear as rumors said long ago? Thoughts after the actor played General Ross passed away? Yeah, that's a huge question mark. I hadn't heard anything about that in a long, long time, so I highly doubt it. But yeah, maybe it's possible. It's possible, I suppose. I love WWE Rock. I mean, Attitude Era Rock was the best, dude. Of course. Of course. The Rock is like cornflakes, so generic. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Don't get me started. I'll go on a rant. Adrian says, why doesn't Rock play The Thing? Missed casting. Because Rock doesn't even have the fucking charisma to pull off Ben Grimm. That's why. He can't pull off the Yancey Street hat wearing. Like, nah, dude. Nah, fam. Miss me with that. Tetsuya! Tetsuya! Welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. Andrew Tate should play The Thing? Andrew Tate is The Thing. Man, I don't know. Like, part of me says yes, but if he wasn't... Like, I feel like The Thing is wholesome. And do you think Andrew Tate is wholesome? I mean, even those that love him probably don't think he's wholesome, so it's probably bad casting. Let's fucking go. Congratulations on the little man. I love you, man. Keep up the amazing content, says Weapon X. Yo, should we totally sidebar the She-Hulk stream and talk about all the new Dragon Ball shit? Should we just... do you mind if we just go Dragon Ball real quick? Can we go... just let's do like an hour of Dragon Ball real quick. And then we'll watch She-Hulk. White Baby, no watch with us. I mean, hey man, maybe. We'll see. Someday maybe I'll have him up here. Everybody says no, but a couple people say yes. Alright, I'll make it quick. Because we're waiting for people to get the show anyways, okay? Relax. The guy from Fortnite? Nice. So Dragon Ball's super hype right now, guys. Like, fucking Black Frieza, dude. Frieza, dude. Like, okay, yo. For real, for real. Like I follow the manga, but I usually just watch like Danny's videos and some other people's videos about Dragon Ball Super manga, right? And like the granola arc was interesting when like Vegeta was getting a new form and all that, right? But like this like gas and the heaters and all these characters, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like real talk, I don't give a shit. And then apparently in the most recent manga, Frieza comes back and just kills the fuck out of them, dude. Like annihilates them, and then like gut shots Vegeta and Goku in their new forms, and Frieza's back again, more strong and powerful than he's ever been. And honestly, I'm here for it. Whatever, I'll occur. Like I'm here for it, bro. Black Frieza all day. Let's go. I'm into it. And I'm also going to see the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie tomorrow. Yeah, because Liam came early enough where I can go see the movie. Let's go. Yeah. Taryn Washington with a 5-spot but no message. I appreciate you, bro. Meet Normus says, you and Elisa made a cute baby. Congrats. I heard all episodes of She-Hulk have post-credit scenes. Yes, apparently that is true. Apparently that is true. She-Hulk tonight, then I'm going to see Dragon Ball Super tomorrow. Good week. Hell yeah, Weapon X. Sames, dude. Sames. Jiren is one of the GOATs. I want to see more Jiren, 100%. And the anime is apparently coming back tomorrow. Let's go. Yeah. Baby's still on research. When is he going to replace? I'm not sure. Give him a couple weeks, you know. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? How about this? If you don't have the episode, put no into the chat. What do you think? Are we good to go? Are we good? I see a couple of no's. We'll wait a minute more. Couple of no's here. Okay, so I'm going to pull the episode up. I have to switch my headphones, so give me a moment here. I have to kill the music. I have to kill that sound. Okay. I'm going to give this a shot, and I'm going to have to make sure that old Disney ain't trying to take me out, bros. You know what I mean? Old Disney. Y'all over here are old Disney. All right, everybody. I'm going to count us down from 10, okay? So here we go. Get it pulled up. Oh, I reheated the wings right before. I was crushing them right before I came on here. All right, ready, guys? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play. So this is just so that you guys can sync up, and hopefully because that staticky thing is supposed to help us avoid the copyright bots. So I just got to keep an eye out to make sure it's working. Otherwise, I'll have to kill the browser source on here. I love this fanfare, bro. I love the Marvel fanfare. Let's go. Hey, I think it's working. So she's already got her powers, huh? Interesting. So this is where people are saying the exposition part. So he was able to heal by going into human form? That's interesting. Oh shit! Spaceship! Is this person gonna get out of the spaceship? Yo, totally not relevant, but is anybody else's shit like jittery a little bit? Because when it's first coming out, like there's so many people watching it that I feel like the app like doesn't process it perfectly. Because my shit's a little jittery, but then like I'll watch it again. I usually watch them again the next day, and it'll look much better. Yours looks good. Yo, by the way, this shit is working. Uh oh. Okay, okay, okay. So you don't get to see what's going on with the alien? Come on, man. What the fuck? You know, I've always wondered what happens in a woman's bathroom. No, it's a Captain Marvel scene. Damn. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Uh-huh. That's kind of fun. Interesting. Ooh. Yeah, it's like super jittery for me. I think I can see where people are coming from with this episode. It's just very clunky. You know what I mean? Like they probably just were like, well, we have to hit all these certain things to like establish it or whatever because it's not like flowing well. Like there's funny moments and stuff like that, but yeah, it's like let's go. Oh. See, like even that, like that's a very clunky transition. Like it's kind of a fun scene, but watch like Hulk's like been chill this whole time. Watch him become Savage Hulk just because he's annoyed at his cousin. That'd kind of be awesome. Damn. Bruce Banner, Tony Stark. Yeah, that's kind of fun. What else are you gonna do as a Hulk? I mean, it's you know, mm, mm, the fuck? Oh, they ruined his bar that he built. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, it's pretty clunky. Like, what the fuck just happened, dude? Like, this is just not good. I'm sorry. Like, it's just like the the whole setup with this part of the show and the fact that they're just reconciling peacefully right now, like it just doesn't make any sense. Like, frankly, everything that Bruce said before is still true. It doesn't just become untrue because she's mad. So I don't fucking get it. Depends on your definition of knowing. What the fuck? I mean, I want to know what y'all think. We got to talk about this afterwards for sure. All right, we got a post-credit scene. So let's watch the post-credit scene. Let's watch the post-credit scene. So, you know what? I'm like kind of curious because it makes me think like, did they literally do this episode like first in the shooting schedule and just didn't have it all quite figured out yet? Because it's like wildly uneven, super clunky. From a technical perspective, very, very clunky, but also like from just the perspective of character and everything, like super clunky. Yeah, what a weird first episode. What a weird first episode. Definitely want to know what y'all think. And here's the other side of it. Like this, I'm just speaking out loud and thinking out loud. Like if they knew this was clunky and then that's why they sent 4 episodes out, then why are we going to watch this episode and then discuss this for a whole week and then get into the next one? That just feels like a bad move, right? So like Andor, the story is that Andor is, they're giving 3 episodes because that's like the first arc, and it wouldn't have felt good to kind of piecemeal out kind of like a mini arc within the whole thing. So I think it's Skarsgård's character, right? So like that's a good move. Why not bundle some of these episodes together? You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, post-credit scene. Here we go. What the fuck? That was kind of fun. Okay. Yeah, so let's start with this. Put into the chat what your feeling is about the show. What was your score for the show, for the first episode? Yeah, let me know. Because, like, yo, low-key, like, I see some people saying, like, post-credit scene was great and better than the show. Like, kinda. I mean, like, literally, kinda. Like, it had better... That was, like, more akin to the vibe that I thought we'd be getting with the show. Okay. It looks like we're, across the board. Some people really liked it. A lot of people were kind of mid on it or whatever. Yeah, definitely got to watch it again myself, and I'll watch it again before the stream tomorrow morning. We'll do a full spoiler breakdown of the stream tomorrow morning. But yeah, I just got to say, like, I felt like it was pretty clunky. I felt like they definitely pushed the feminist element. I don't know, like, it just, so what is exactly the message there? That she's just better at controlling her anger because she's a woman and because the world is so oppressive and she's constantly mad about it, but she can't get mad about it, so therefore she's better at controlling her anger and being a Hulk. I mean, I just feel like that's wild. You know what I mean? Like, wild. I also think, too, that to have that element in the show, but have it be done in such a heavy-handed way that I think is going to, like, I don't think that really does a service to even femininity. You know what I mean? Like, and of course the irony is not lost on me. I'm definitely not a woman talking about this, but my feeling on it is just like, who are you really doing that for? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Just to me, didn't love that aspect of it, but I probably wouldn't have been that upset with it if the show was actual straight fire as well. But from what I saw, the episode was not fire. It was super clunky and also sprinkled with pretty heavy-handed messaging. So, bro, I don't know. the good part of it is that people are saying that it gets way better and that it really is going to find its footing, and I'm hopeful for that. But my feeling on the first episode so far, I'd probably like out the gate give it like a 6 out of 10. And not that pumped. You know what I mean? There's certain stuff in there that looks really good. Some stuff that was fun. Like there's little moments that really work, but overall, like, holy clanky, man. Holy clanky. Holy clankety clank clank all over the clanking. But we'll get into it. We'll talk a little bit about it, and we'll definitely talk more about it tomorrow as well, guys. So let me get this junk off the screen. And then we'll have that. Oh, shit. Hello. Turn that down. Okay. So let's get into a little bit more of just what you guys are thinking about it, man. Because I saw some people say they love the episode. That's fucking wild to me. Why? Like, who loved the episode? Who loved the episode? Explain to me why. Okay, let's get into this. Andrew Thomas says, as Greedo says, McClunky. Yeah, I agree. It was fun, but what the fuck happened? Felt like the trailer, but with extended footage. Dev feels like the pilot almost. Keen to see more, though. Yeah, unfortunately, so there were reports, right? And I think the Ankler was talking about this. And Jeff Snyder, he was just like, dude, if there's a Marvel show that's in trouble, it's She-Hulk. And if they can pull that shit off, it'll be a miracle, because they just said it like felt really clunky, like kind of internally tested bad, and was weird. And I gotta be honest, I could see it. I could fucking see it in this episode. Like, damn, this episode felt like a first draft script. Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't like get there at all for me. Like, it doesn't embrace the quirkiness and the like fourth wall in a way that helped the flow. Like, if anything, a device like that can, like, you look at the Deadpool shit. Like, Deadpool uses that in a way that helps the flow and the narration of the film in a really funny, self-aware way. This, like, wasn't that. It was, like, very clunky for me. Like, yikes. Lots of fun stuff. Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm sure people liked it. Obviously, it's subjective and whatnot. But, yeah, man, like, my just straight-up thoughts on it are like, no, not that great. I thought the Hulk fighting was very cool. Man, but, like, here's the thing about that Hulk fight. Like, I don't know. It felt like a bit rather than an actual fight. And, you know what? Like, if I would have played into the cousin thing and the rivalry between the cousins, if you would have played more into that, then maybe that scene would have felt a little more earned and like made sense. But as it standed, like when I saw that scene, it was like, oh, and now they're angry and now they're going to fight, but they can't stay mad at each other. So Bruce will concede the point. Like, what? Like, I don't know about that. Anthony says, Dad, I don't think so, man. I don't think I'm your dad. I don't know for sure, right? So I can't rule it out, but I don't think so. Makes Hulk look like a pussy. I don't know if it makes Hulk look like a pussy. It's just not consistent. How did Feige greenlight this shit? I mean, look, a lot of people are saying that this is the weakest one and that it gets much better. Adam says he enjoys it. That's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Marvel needs to stop with the female-led superheroes. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I just think that this particular show this particular episode, right? Because it's one episode and a 9-episode show. But to me, it's just like, it doesn't fundamentally have a good pacing. It's very clunky. And then, so because of that, I feel like the pushy politics kind of stick out like a sore thumb. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I loved it. It honestly was really fun. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Let's see here. I'm okay. Oh, I think I missed one. Andrew says, I'm right there with you, Josh. Super jumpy and clunky. The femme bits were a bit much. The Hulk fight was super lackluster. Congrats on Liam. Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Like, honestly, I can't really get too down because life's like real good, and I'm kind of feeling good about everything. But, you know, just got to be honest. Like, I wanted to like it more, folks. Okay, with the episode, 7 out of 10. Feels rushed. Maybe trying to fit the whole isolation backstory in 30-minute episode, leave more open for later, hopefully. Yeah, pretty possible. I liked it. I think the dynamic between Bruce and the girl, forgot her name. Some of the scenes were forced and messy, but I enjoyed the humor and the fights. That's awesome. That's good. There were definitely moments where I was like, that's really, really funny. But like, why wasn't... Here's what I think I struggle with. Why weren't they able to like capture that magic? Like, dude, I literally... Here's the... You know what the fucking problem with the MCU is? Here's what the problems with the MCU. It was so damn good for so long. And I just rewatched tonight. We watched Spider-Man Homecoming. And bruh, there ain't a bad scene in that fucking movie. That movie's awesome. Top to bottom. The funny stuff's funny. The action's awesome. Like, the characters are incredible. Like, that shit's wild, right? So it's hard to go from something like that to something like this, where like there was moments where he's talking about Tony and there's like this implied bit going on of like, you know, the relationship they had and like how goofy and funny that was. That was interesting. The lullaby thing, when then Bruce goes, I don't have a good explanation for why it happened. I mean, that was actually funny, but it doesn't carry that through the scenes. Homecoming was lackluster. Wow, that's a take. That's a take. Female good, male bad. Oh, that's a take too. It felt like issue 0 of a comic run. It doesn't matter, but it lays the groundwork. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it definitely established a lot. There was stuff in there that, like him explaining the whole thing with his arm and all that shit. I mean, we've been wondering about that since we saw Shang-Chi. So there's good stuff in there. Origin here sucked. Transfusion was a better idea, not a random accident because of the decision, guild, etc. It's not the problem with the female hero, but forcing them. I would just say it's heavy-handed, dude. Like, it's heavy-handed. Like, here's the thing. This will fall along lines for certain people. Like, certain people will just be like, oh, no, yeah, I get that, and I absolutely hate that there are men that are pigs in the world. And, like, obviously, that's true. And catcalling and men being pigs, totally a real thing. But I think for other people, they're just kind of sick of that kind of messaging in movies. So you'll have like one group that'll applaud it and love it. You'll have another group that generally hates it. But for me, like someone that just really falls like on the middle ground, I just kind of take it for what it is. Like, there's just decisions that you're making in a script there that really, to me, don't feel organic. It just really does feel, and it's subjective, right? But to me, it just feels like, okay, you're leaning into that. And then when it happens again, you're like, okay, you're really leaning into that. That's not a problem per se, but when the quality of the show isn't even to par, I begin to question, you know, like, okay, well, what are we doing here? Like, are we trying to do a good show, or are we trying to make a good point? You know what I mean? Those are different things. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Bryson says, I'm glad Bruce's arm got taken care of, but they kind of rushed over that. Definitely could have spent more time there. I did like the Tony stuff. Yeah, there's good stuff. There's bad stuff. There's questionable stuff. I mean, I want to watch it again, frankly. A. Foss says, I hope Bruce doesn't disappear for the rest of the show. I know it's not his show, but as a massive Hulk fan, I would be sad. Yeah, I'd be sad too. I expect him to pop up more, and perhaps like the Sakaar thing and that whole bit, that'll be explored more in the future and stuff like that. So, yeah. Certainly more dudes need to learn how to not be creepy a-holes. Yeah, 100%. But, you know, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to solve? Creepy men? Is that what we're doing here? We want to solve the creepy men problem on the planet. I was just wanted to watch a She-Hulk show. My friend and I were howling. We thought she's hilarious. Nice. If he would have fully hulked out and crashed into the rocks, the fight would have been amazing. Yeah, that would have been dope. We're really judging a show after one episode? No, we're judging an episode after watching an episode, Arthur. Do you think the top G enjoyed the episode? Oh, this would infuriate him. He would rage out to a gross degree, actually. You know, which, by the way, I am... You know, I'd like to point out that I am not raging out. I'm merely calmly explaining my opinions. Hulk hasn't been handled properly since Age of Ultron, in my opinion. My favorite Hulk is definitely Ragnarok. I felt like that was magic, dude. And I feel like Marvel has actually had this problem in the past, too, where, like, Baby Groot, for instance. Like, why did they age up Baby Groot? Because teenage Groot, who gives a shit? And, like, Smart Hulk, it's okay. But Hulk in Ragnarok was awesome, dude. I really wish we would have had more of that Hulk for longer. You know what I mean? So, I think the OG Hulk was making his way back, too, which has me so hyped. I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool, but I don't know. We'll see. White boy, stop crying. Episode was fun. I don't know what that means, Andrew, but right on. Smart Hulk was Smart Hulk was cool. Smart Hulk's alright. Not my favorite though. The top G would beat She-Hulk in a fight. Oh man, I don't know about that. She seems pretty strong. CGI delivered, not worried at all. Yeah, the CGI looked good. From what I saw, the CGI looked real good there. The CGI looked real good. Was that, what was the Titania CGI at the end? I didn't see it, so I don't know what you're talking about. But I will just say that, like, what the fuck was up with that Titania scene just in general? Like, that was, like, so weird. Like, I have no context there. He can't just be a rage monster destroying shit all the time. Have y'all forgotten about the government? Sam, I don't know what that means, but the idea that, like, that's just so funny to me as a comic book fan. He can't just be raging out the whole time. What the fuck are you talking about? For 70 years in comics, that's pretty much exclusively what Hulk has done, is raged out and fuck shit up, bro. Like, I'm sorry, like, that's a wild ass take. That's a wild ass take, dude. I'm a huge Hulk fan, and I wanted to really dislike this show. It had me after Hulk blasted the Rock. It has more giant-sized Hulk goodness. Yeah, right on. But this is the MCU. Well, then what the fuck was your point? When you first said it, what was your point? I don't understand. And you're pissing me off, Sam. I'm going to be honest. You're pissing me off. What would I have done differently in the show? Well, I usually formulate those ideas definitely after a second watch. But I will say that I would have probably started the whole show with the Titania fight. Not the scene where she's fucking rehearsing and there's like, whatever. That's not how I would have started with her actually doing the court case. Titania busts in, has the fight, and then fourth wall break in the middle of the fight. Not in the middle of the scene like that. Like, do a fourth wall break and then explain it. So narratively, I would have framed it differently. I would have started with the big crazy fight. I would have come in bombastic. Then I would have went right into the car crash. I would have probably skipped all the stuff with the bar and, you know, whatever the fuck was going on with that. I just would have had her wake up with Bruce on the thing. I would have probably leaned into the cousin rivalry a little less, man versus woman a little bit more, cousin rivalry. I feel like that would have just been a little bit more wholesome and made the medicine go down. I would have had the fight probably be actually way more rage filled and go crazy. Like, they should have slugged it out big time. So there's just a couple things off the top of my head. Mike says, did you watch the post-credit scene? Hell yeah, dude. I loved the post-credit scene. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. Does Universal still own the Hulk rights, or do they go back to Disney? Hulk, I believe the distribution rights, there's a report that it's that's cleaned up and that Marvel has it back, but I don't know. I'm an incel because I don't like She-Hulk. No, Darth Moots, you're an incel because your name is Darth Moots. Don't blame this on She-Hulk. My wife said, when they could have given her personality, they gave her feminism. There's a little bit to that, actually. Yeah, there's a little bit to that. I mean, I'm not saying that can't, like, be a thing, and there are obviously people like that. But yeah, all the feminist stuff was so terrible and out of place, and the show would have been much better without it. I don't know that, I mean, just taking that out of it doesn't improve the show, right? So, you know, I just can't get down with that. That's not really my issue with the show at face value. I just think that it's a decision they made. It's obvious they went heavy-handed. With that, you sort of run the risk of upsetting certain people. And there's two kinds of people you're going to upset. People that hate that kind of stuff, that like maybe are wild, and we wouldn't see eye to eye with on some things. But there's a whole another group of people that are just like kind of sick of it. You know what I mean? Like not even like in a rude way, just like if you eat or if you're fed rather like porridge all the time, at some point you're gonna be like, dude, I'm kind of not feeling porridge anymore. You know what I mean? So what's the gripe? It's only one episode. I mean, I think I've explained my gripe. What terrible though? Have you ever talked to a girl? A lot of girl date talk. That's how talk Bruce. Right on, brother. Right on. You did good. Dude, I wish you didn't say that Titania intro, because now I can't unsee it in my head canon. Yeah, but here's my question, right? Because, you know, we're talking about this, and, you know, it is what it is. If the other here's where I'm really at with it. If the other stuff's really much better, then why not give us more right away? It's going to be weird to do a whole week talking about this episode, right? And tomorrow's stream, I mean, even right now, the chat to like some degree is like tense or whatever. I mean, like, honestly, I'm not tense. I'm chilling. But that is on them. You know what I mean? Like, they did what they did with this first episode and also didn't release the other episodes and let it linger. They're just going to let this shit linger for a whole week. And if the show gets much better, we'll probably shift the conversation. But, like, I do feel, and I actually had, like, this kind of premonition about this before where I was like, man, like, on the whole, Marvel, very strong brand, been killing it for a very long time. I'm obviously a super fan. But it's weird to come off the heels of Love and Thunder and go into She-Hulk. And even from like just the sense of like quirky, not taking yourself serious, it could be a tonal overload. Like it might just be we might be at a point right here where people are just kind of like, I'm kind of a little over that tone. And like, can we take some of this seriously? You know what I mean? But that's natural, and that shit kind of ebbs and flows. It's just that we might be at a point where that fatigue is really setting in, and that's unfortunately still on the menu for a while. You know what I mean? So, the Hulk said, bruh. Right on, man. Yeah. You were waiting for the Glub Shido cameo? Nothing wrong with that. Me too. I just hope people don't shit on the show just because of the female aspect, as long please people, and it's a hero called She-Hulk. Yeah, Tyler, I mean, a couple of things, man. I mean, first of all, we can't control how people view the shit. You know what I mean? Like, we can't control how people view the shit. Also, I think it's kind of, like, ignorant to not understand that these lines are divided. Like, I don't know how many times, you know, debates and arguments of this ilk have to happen before we, like, have sort of the revelation that maybe this is a divided room that we're speaking into, right? And so at the end of the day, if a show makes content that they know will be divisive, then it's a divisive show by design. So can we really get mad that people don't like that, right? Like, it's, you know, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I hope that makes sense, like what I'm saying, because it's like, look, if the show's not good and a lot of people hate on it, and for me, if I sit back and I can see all sorts of reasons why, like, what am I going to do? Blame people for having a fucking opinion? No, like, ultimately, I would say the blame would still fall on Marvel Studios for creating the thing that they created. But, you know, on the other hand, with where we're at with Marvel, like, there's so much that it's kind of like take it or leave it. Like, the next thing's kind of right around the corner, you know? It's not even political, just seeing what most women go through daily. No, that's not political. But so here's the thing. So you say it's not political. I agree. But that's not exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I guess the better word for it would be it's inflammatory because of the times that we live in. Doing something with a heavy-handed feminist message in it. Like, do you not see, like, there's literally zero connection between like what I'm saying and how you're feeling? Because I get what you're saying, but how can you completely ignore that by doing that messaging in a heavy-handed way, you are setting yourself up to be taken divisively? Like, does that make sense? Like, it's like they make the content, right? and then you feel the way you feel about the issues and you identify with the messaging, and so therefore you're like, but the issue's real, and I'm not denying that. It's like, no, fuck yeah, of course the issue's real. That's not even what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the entertainment and whether or not that's the place to put such messaging depending on what the purpose of the show is. It is a She-Hulk show. Maybe it is the place for this sort of a thing, and maybe it actually is by design and acceptable to the standards that they want. I'm just saying that it's a bold move, Cotton, and we'll see if it pays off. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's how it's delivered, 100%. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Madison. There's going to be people like that. And you can't really, I mean, what are you going to, you want to, I mean, some of these motherfuckers just needed their mother to hug them more, right? So that is always going to be there as well. But isn't that what you were just talking about? Isn't that part of the female experience? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird thing that I think happens with like our entertainment and the way we discuss it and the way we, become attached to it or whatever, right? So. Yeah, Carlos, that's kind of where I'm more at, where it's like, yeah, like, that's why, like, the one homie was like, oh, take all that shit out and it's instantly better. I don't agree. Like, I definitely don't. Like, that shit was clunky. You take the heavy-handed scenes out, it's still really clunky, just not heavy-handed. And if, like, if that's your, like, standard or whatever, then maybe it's better for you. But for me, that's not where I'm at. You know what I mean? Agree, waiting for next episode, but She-Hulk is still hot. She is pretty hot, I will say that, yeah. She is pretty good looking, I'll say it. And there's still like a ton of good stuff in the episode. I'm going to watch it again. I'll have more thoughts tomorrow or whatever, but... Female experience is not messaging. It's the female experience. Yes, Claire, but that's exactly the point. I think you just made my point for me. Because the female experience is this other separate thing. The messaging is a totally other different thing. And if you're trying to say that those things are like intrinsically linked and that the message is accurate because it reflects your experience, then that's the gap. That's the leap you're making, right? I think it only works in the show because Bruce carried it. I didn't love Bruce in the show, man. I really didn't. I thought it was pretty uneven. Juan says, I have a bad feeling Secret Wars won't be as good as Endgame. Not all projects will be great, but it just seems like the Disney shows aren't good. The Disney shows, the only one I've really loved is Loki. I think on the whole, the Disney Plus, the Marvel Disney Plus shows, like to meh, mostly. Loki I loved, but most of them like have like some strong episodes, some like there's a lot of strengths there, but none of them stand alone as like really great shows, and I feel like none of them stand alone as really great MCU either. I don't know that they have cracked this nut yet. You know what I mean? So, but as far as Secret Wars, man, I mean, it's way too early to tell. It's way too early to tell. But I understand trepidation, of course. Yeah, females are also not a monolith. So females feel differently even about some of these issues. So, that's kind of a weird gray area as well. Crack my nut right away. Right away, bro. She is a lawyer. Of course, her delivery of that argument she was making was heavy-handed. That's fair, but then, hold my hand through understanding that. Differentiate yourself from other examples. That's what I would say, What is your all-time favorite Marvel character? Oh, that's pretty tough. I really like Spider-Man. I like, by the way, the Scarlet Spider, the Ben Reilly version of that character is going to be in Across the Spider-Verse, apparently, and that's pretty hyped. But I like Kane, the clone of Peter. I like Kane quite a bit. I think he's real good. So, yeah, I like him a lot. Doctor Doom, of course, I love. Dude, I love Magneto. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, confirmed by a board game. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it's pretty wild. Will you do a House of Dragons live stream? No, but I'll talk about it on a live stream. So, like, when does that come out, by the way? And by the way, I am going to get out of here, guys. That's my time. That's my time. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys being here. I know sometimes when we, experience these things, I know it can get a little contentious. It's all good. Look, the Nerdvengers way is to be respectful and hear each other out. We are very eclectic here. You know, we've got super liberal people, super conservative people. We've got people that do weird voodoo cult ritual sort of things, and they get super mad about really weird stuff like the usage of snake or salt in the show. And it's like, we have to appease them and make sure that their fringe, ridiculous ideas are still considered as well. So we keep it pretty Gucci over here. If you're looking to fight, probably not the place to do it. If you're looking to just chill and get some good discourse going on, then welcome to the tower, baby. This is what we do. So,
hey, don't bust me out, bruh.
Oh shit. Yeah. A lot of you sound butthurt. Good night. Right on, man. Good night. I'm down for a fight. I mean, look, there's plenty of places on the internet to fight. You know what I mean? And sometimes that can happen here too, but whatever. Yo, can I use the penthouse bathroom? Yeah, for sure. Use it up, man. Grace may have been right that the fan base for the show is going to be small but passionate. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see, won't we? Yeah. All right, everybody. So I will be doing a full spoiler stream in just about 6.5 hours. Okay, so I'm going to go get some sleep, and I'll be back on 10:30 in the morning later today. And we'll talk full spoilers on She-Hulk. We'll also go over some other news and stuff, so come on by for that. Maybe like you'll watch it again or you'll have some thought. Bring it on by the live stream. We'll talk about it for sure. So, yeah, much love to you guys. I appreciate you. It wasn't the worst Disney Plus episode. Not the start I wanted it to be. Super curious as to where the show goes from here. We'll talk more about it tomorrow, okay? Much love to you guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Ta-ta for now.